Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching my video. Now, I want to talk to you about how to start running. I'm just back from a run myself and I absolutely love running. I love everything about it. There's so many benefits, but today this video is just about talking you through how to get your foot out the door, literally, and put one foot in front of the other and get yourself going. So if you're at home and you're thinking, God, I really want to run, I don't know how to run, do I have the right gear, what do I need, what will people think, oh my God, I don't have the confidence, I'm too overweight, will I need the toilet, oh my God, there's so many reasons why people do not get out that door. The first thing that you need to work on before you even put your trainers on is your mindset. You need to work on your mindset. Honestly, you need to work on your mindset and learn to not give a shit what people think. Now, I've got a lot of friends who worry about going running, and I say to them, please don't worry. Just have faith and just do what you think is best for you. Now, there's several things that you need to do before you start running. One, you need to make sure that you have a decent pair of trainers. Now, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Running does not have to be expensive. It can be expensive if you get the watches and all the other gear and you enter races and stuff in time. But for now, just starting out, you need a decent pair of trainers that are cushioned, trainers that are going to protect your joints. They're going to protect your knees, your hips, your back, and they're going to support your feet and your ankles. It's so important. Now, you can get them from any sports shop. You don't have to go and get your gait analysed straight away because you might not like it might not be for you. But if you're serious about it, maybe think about going and getting your gait analysed. I'm going to do another video another day about having your gait analysed and what it means and what experience you'll go through when you have that done. So the second thing you need to get is a decent bra. Ladies, these puppies need to be strapped down. Your breasts literally will move 4 times more than the rest of your body while you're out running. So if you run for a mile, your little puppies are jumping about for 4 miles. So you need to strap them in. Literally strap them in, make sure that they're protected. The breast tissue is sensitive and it needs to be supported. So that's your 2 main things that you need to get before you start running. Now, there is apps that you can use, Couch to 5K. Yeah, they're fantastic, they're great if that's what you need. You need a thing on your phone telling you, run this, do that, do that. I personally, doesn't work for me. I am somebody who just says to myself, right, that's it, today I'm going running. I'm going to get the gear, I'm going to go running. And what I did, so when I started running, I was always a seasonal runner. I'd only run to get into a bikini, or I'd run to get into a little black dress, or I'd run to lose a few pounds. And I wouldn't run if it was raining, windy, wet, cold, miserable, dark. I was what you would call a seasonal runner. And then I had my children and I decided that I needed to go running. I'm on the flight path. I needed to do something for me. So after I had my daughter, I started running. It was horrendous. I was so overweight. I put on 4 stone when I was pregnant with my daughter, and that's another story. And I had to wear my husband's running gear because I was so overweight that I couldn't fit into my own running gear. So I got my trainers on and I was full of inspiration, I was full of motivation and determination. I was like, I'm going to go out there. And in my mind, I thought I would just be able to run a 10k again, not think anything of it. I literally I'd fed the baby and I was gone. Anyway, I got to the front door, put one foot in front of the other. I lasted about 20 yards and I just stopped and cried and cried. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrendous, horrendous. I came home, I cried my eyes out with my head in the gutter. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get my legs to work. I was too overweight. I was exhausted from having a baby that didn't sleep. And I thought, what am I doing? So I came home and I said to my husband, crying, what have I done? I can't run, I'm never going to run. And he said to me there and then, he said, Vary, you just need to go out again tomorrow. Just try again tomorrow, but don't give up. And that's exactly what I did. So I then thought, right, I am having this. I'm not going to let this beat me. So I put his running gear on, my trainers, 2 sports bras, because my boobs were so big from breastfeeding. And I went out and I decided to go from lamppost to lamppost. And this is a really good way to learn how to run. So go from lamppost to lamppost. So you tell yourself, I am going to run from one lamppost to the next lamppost. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be quick, but you just don't stop. You just keep jogging, running, whatever you want to call it, from one lamppost to the next. And then from the next lamppost to the next 1 or 2 lampposts, walk. Recover. Concentrate on your breathing. In through your nose. Hold it. And out through your mouth. The out is the most important part because that allows your body to relax, get the gas exchange in your lungs and get the oxygen back to the vital organs that needs it to keep you going and keep those cells oxygenated. So the next time I went out, I ran for 2 lampposts and I walked for 1. And I kept doing this and I kept doing this. So I did lamppost to lamppost. Some people do minutes to minutes. So some people will run for a minute, walk for 1 minute. Run for a minute, walk for a minute. There's loads of different techniques that you can do. I personally prefer the lamppost to lamppost because you're not on a treadmill, you're not on a running track, you're not in a field. You're from your front door. There's a lamppost everywhere you live. You can go from a lamppost to lamppost. And when you are just starting out, you don't want to make it complicated. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to make it harder on yourself than it already is. Because don't get me wrong, you're not just going to be able to wake up one day and run a marathon. It takes time, it takes effort, determination, motivation and stubbornness and a good supportive family if you've got children, because you'll need your husband to look after them. But marathons is another ball game. I'll talk to you about that another day. So back to learning to run. Mindset. Your mindset is so important. It's so important. You need to tell yourself every morning, I am good enough. I can do this and I am going to be a runner. I am a runner and I am going to succeed in whatever I do today. You need to tell yourself this. Start every morning telling yourself positive things and be grateful. Think of a few things that you're grateful for every single day. Mindset and gratitude are so important to me and they really help my life, my lifestyle, my outlook on life. And that's another reason why I run, is because it helps my mental health. Running for me is a way to de-stress. It's time for me. It's just time to feel free with my thoughts. Any worries or concerns I've got, excuse me, I can literally think them out when I'm running. And that in itself is therapy that you don't have to pay for. So when you decide to go running, I want you to think about how you're going to feel when you come back. So important that you think about how you're going to feel when you come back as well, because you need to keep that positive mindset at the forefront of your thoughts. You need to tell yourself, oh my God, I'm going to feel amazing if I can run for a lamppost, walk for a lamppost, and do that maybe 5 times. Then the next time you go out, you can do it 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. Before you know it, you're running more than 1 lamppost to lamppost. You're running 2 and walking 1. You're running 3 and walking 1. Before you know it, you're running a mile and you're like, yes, it's the best feeling in the world. So I hear all sorts of excuses or reasons why people do not run or why they're scared to start. The majority are, I don't have the confidence, I don't know where to start, I'm too overweight, I could never run, I'm sore on my knees, I've got dodgy knees, I'm asthmatic. Honestly, they are all just excuses. Don't let your excuses get in the way of your results. Honestly, you need to take responsibility and tell yourself, I can do this. I love it. Honestly, to tell yourself every morning, I can do this. I am going to be amazing and I'm going to be the best runner that I can be. If you get out there and put your trainers on and just do like a minute or two, you're going to feel amazing than if you just sit at home drinking coffee and having a cup of cake, having a coffee and a bit of cake with it. Honestly, you will get that feeling of euphoria and it's the best feeling in the world. So I'm now going to go. I've just been for a run myself. I do the school drop off on a Monday and then go running. It's a little routine that I've got into and I love it and it sets me up for the day. Going running, you get that release of, I don't know, it's like a stress release and I love it and I want you to love it as well. So go on there, get yourself some trainers, get yourself a bra, ladies. Tell yourself, today is the day. Today is the day that I'm going to run. I'm going to run from lamppost to lamppost and I'm going to be amazing. Thank you so much for watching and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.